Marvel Ultimate Alliance is an all-new action RPG that features the largest cast of superheroes ever in a video game. There are over 140 named Marvel characters in the game. Features really strong online components, native next-gen, PS3, Nintendo Wii launch title. Really exciting story where gamers are actually going to face off against the Masters of Evil, Dr. Doom, and create their own customized team of Marvel characters, which they'll be able to level up, build team reputation, or they can take a more traditional Marvel team. Gamers are going to really have the ultimate choice to determine the fate of the Marvel Universe, either by using some of their favorite teams from classic comics or by creating their own custom team. The new characters that we're revealing for Comic-Con are Human Torch, Invisible Woman, and Iceman. I work mostly on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, and I will say that Human Torch and Iceman are pretty epic on those consoles because with the kind of the nature of their effects, Human Torch having this awesome next-gen real-time fire that lights up the whole environment and features really cool distortion shaders. It's really awesome to be able to control that in the game and kind of like shoot around fire and light all the enemies on fire. That's really great. And Iceman's powers, we've been using HDRL, or bloom it's called, to really like give the effect of like the way that snow actually lights up and stuff like that. So you have these cool ice effects, and it's really awesome to be able to make a comic game in the next gen because all the different hero effects, you can do so much more with the different shaders and like really take the whole combat element of the game to a level that really can only exist in a movie, at least to this point. You know, you're never going to see a fire effect in a PS2 game that will rival a movie. But all of a sudden, you know, now on the next gen you have these amazing fire effects. It really allows you to take the whole superhero experience and really like make you live it in the game the way you never could before. Well, the PS3 and Xbox 360 feature actually a different engine than the current gen. And when I say different, it's more like of a hybrid that we've worked. Raven Software is working on the game, and they've worked with Vicarious Visions to really supplement our engine with a lot of the things that are making next-gen games come to life for players. I mean, on the surface level, that's obviously normal mapping, specular mapping, all that kind of stuff that makes the character models really pop. The Wii is definitely one of the most exciting aspects of the project. We, so far, have been really focusing on making all of the characters feel unique. It's one thing that is, I think, technically challenging making a launch title for the Wii is seeing your ideas kind of like come to life. And for us, we've definitely been doing a ton of concept testing at Vicarious Visions, trying to figure out like what's the best way to play the Wii controller and how it works best for our game. And it's really great to see the feedback, and it's also really interesting for people like me. My original idea of how the Wii controller worked is much different than it is now as I've gotten to play the Wii and seen other people play the Wii. And fundamentally speaking, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, what it seeks to do is allow people to really feel what it's like to be the different characters in the game. We have over 22 playable characters, and so a guy like Spider-Man obviously has different attacks. You can web a guy and swing around in a circle, or you can shoot the web. That's obviously going to be different than somebody like Thor, who's got a hammer that you can control, or Wolverine, who's got this like brutal hack and slash style. A lot of characters have like charge abilities, where in the current gen consoles, you're button mashing to build up their powers. All of those powers are going to be made through like kinetic movements with the Wii controller. So if you're going to be charging the controller, you might be doing something like this, or you might be doing like this. Those like building up the energy obviously works that way. There's a lot of mini games that involve pushing and pulling. They're obviously going to really take advantage of the Wii controller, and they're all going to be different. The game is fundamentally very different from X-Men Legends, mainly because X-Men Legends, the whole series, focused on more of a traditional RPG. The power sets were like really straightforward in terms of you would have like a radial attack or a straight melee attack, or you would have like this like, traditional ranged attack, and it really like drawn upon what was considered classic in I would say an action RPG. The strengths of the game obviously were the depth of the character roster and the different RPG depth, but making X-Men Legends and X-Men Legends 2 really gave us a foundation of understanding like what's cool about the game and what can be different. And for Marvel Legends, we've really taken the game in its own unique direction from action RPGs. The game is really focused on combat, and when I say that, basically what we've tried to do is supplement like a fighter mechanic into an action RPG. With that said, though, there's obviously incredible RPG aspects that really tie together the game. Players are going to be able to assemble their own custom team of Marvel characters and determine the fate of the Marvel Universe, or choose from more classic lineups and kind of relive moments that they loved from the comics. Personally, I'm biased, but I think that it's probably one of the strongest comic games ever to come out, and presents comic content in a way that all gamers, regardless of how hardcore comic fans are, they're going to love. And I think for anyone who's been at all exposed to gaming or comic movies or comic books themselves, it has a lot to look forward to.